Good day everyone, I'm Sir Nestor and welcome to my channel. For today's video, we will discuss the third topic in General Mathematics first quarter, operations on functions. Pero ito po ay part 1 pa lang ng lesson number 3. So ang continuation po, which is part 2, will be the composition on functions. Okay, muli po kung kayo po ay bago sa aking channel, so makiki-like, comments para naman po kung may mga improvement pa po akong kailangan gawin, so pwede ko pa pong magawa. And of course, sana makiki-subscribe na rin and hit the notification bell para updated po kayo sa lahat ng mga video na aking gagawin, especially po itong lesson video tutorial in General Mathematics. Okay, tayo po yung magsimula ng mag-discuss ng third lesson in General Mathematics first quarter, operations on functions. Good day everyone. At this time, we will discuss the third topic in General Mathematics first quarter, the operations on functions. Hinati ko po sa dalawang topic. Ito po ay ang operations on functions using the four fundamental operations na naging part 1 po natin. At yung isa pa pong part ng operations on function ay yung ating composition of functions na ginawa ko naman pong part 2 ng ating discussion. So baka lang medyo malito po kayo kasi ibang procedure when it comes sa composition of functions. Okay, to begin with, let us start with the objectives, and the students will be able to, number 1, define operations on functions. Number 2, identify the different operations on functions. And number 3, perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of functions. To begin with, so let's have a short review regarding our previous lesson. Okay, so to start with, so let's have a short recap in dealing with the operation on polynomials. Okay, the following are prerequisite skills before moving through this lesson. So the first one, you need to have the idea in dealing with the rules for adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing fractions and algebraic expressions, real numbers, especially fractions and integers. And lastly, okay, how to evaluate a function. So yan po yung isa sa mga prerequisite na kailangan po natin. Ano po? Okay, now let us begin an example. So let's have a short warm-up. Simplify, assume that all expressions are defined. So let us begin with the first example. So by looking at the example, what operation is used? Yes, exactly. So this is an example of addition of polynomials. Now, what is the rule? In dealing with the addition of polynomials, so ang gagawin lang po natin is, the first is we have to combine similar terms. So, anong unang gagawin? The first step, you need to remove first the parentheses for both polynomials. So, ito po ang ating gagawin. We have 2x minus 3 copy. Then, copy the plus sign. Then, we have 3x squared plus 5x. Ganon din po, plus 5 ay ko-copyin lang. Then, after nito, by looking at the example, naglagay po ako ng color coding para makita nyo kung alin dyan yung tinatawag na similar terms at hindi. Ano? Okay, so again, tinatawag natin silang similar terms if they have the same variable and the same exponent. Sa case ng exponent na 2, wala siyang ibang ka-similar term, kaya red lang po siya. Hindi kagaya ng 2x tsaka yung 5x, parehas silang blue kasi tawag sa kanila ay similar. They have the same variable x and same exponent which is 1. And negative 3 and positive 5, it is also an example of a constant term, no? Okay, so again, paalala po, in writing the answer, it should be in descending power. So, ibig sabihin, from highest to lowest. Okay? So, therefore, we can write the answer as, okay, so copy 3x squared. And we have 2x plus 5x is 7x. We have negative 3 plus 5. So, use the sign of the larger number. So, positive. And kapag unlike sign, subtract po natin. So, the answer is positive 2. And this is the answer for number 1. Okay, next. Let us proceed to number 2. Number 2 is an example of subtraction of polynomials. So, what is the first rule in dealing with the subtraction of polynomials? Okay, ito ang unang gagawin natin. So, we have to change the sign of the subtrahend. So, what is the subtrahend? So, yung first polynomial natin, ito yung minuend. At yung ating subtrahend ay yung pangalawa, which is 4x minus 3. Now, pinaltan ko po ang kulay para malaman nyo na ito po yung subtrahend. So, anong gagawin? Yung minus sign, itatimes po natin yan sa loob nung ating parenthesis na may 4x minus 3. Okay, so what happened? Ang una natin gagawin, kopyahin muna natin ang minuend. So, we have 5x squared minus 3x plus 6. Then, yung negative, itatimes natin dito. So, ang mangyayari, mapapalitan lahat ang sign ng nasa loob. And then, it will become negative 4x and negative times negative is positive 3. Then, after nito, the next rule is combine similar terms. Again, lagyan natin ng kulay para mas makita nyo. So, ayan. Now, kung mapapansin ninyo, ang squared ay iisa lang po. Yung 3x at 4x, negative 3x and negative 4x ay pareha sila. Positive 6 and positive 3 is also the same or similar terms. So, tinatawag kasi silang constant terms. So, therefore, what is the final answer? So, since wala pong kasama si 2, kukopyahin lang natin ang 5x squared. Then, bakit po naging 7x? Kasi negative 3x plus negative 4x. So, di ba kapag mag-a-add tayo ng dalawang like terms, so copy the sign, then add the number. And, of course, positive 6 plus 3, so the answer is 9. And this is the final answer for number, okay, so 2. Next, let us proceed to number 3. Okay, so what is the operation? Yes, exactly. So this is multiplication. But at this time, this is an example of, okay, multiplication of binomial. So what method that we need to use in this example? Yes, so at this time, we will use the FOIL method. So FOIL stands for, okay, so we have the first, outer, the inner, and last. Okay, so let us begin. So the first thing that we're going to do is we have to multiply first the first term, and that is the x and x. And what is x times x? The answer is, okay, so we have x squared. Okay, next, we will multiply the outer. So gagawin naman natin green, at ito po ang pwesto ng outer. So positive x times positive 5. So what is the answer? So the answer is positive 5x. Next is the inner, kulay blue. So kukulay blue natin ang inner, at ang inner ay iyon. Ano? So we have negative 3 times x. The answer is negative 3x. And lastly, yung kulay pink ay gagawin natin para sa last, and that is negative 3 times positive 5. So the answer is negative, okay, 15. After nito, class, so we will now proceed in combining similar terms. So, combine similar terms, at nakikita natin ang similar terms lang ay yung dalawang nasa gitna. No? Ayun, yung 5x minus 3x. So, therefore, ito lang po ang i-combine mo, and we have now the final answer, which is, okay, so since ang x squared ay walang katulad, so x squared plus, what is 5x minus 3x? So, the answer is 2x, then copy negative 15, and this is now the final answer. Okay, hopefully ay nakakuha nyo po ang example natin. Ano? Okay, let us proceed to example number 4. So example number 4 is x squared minus x minus 6 over x squared minus 4. Okay, so sa case na to, of course, this is an example of, okay, so division of polynomials. Now, ano po yung unang gagawin natin? And this is the rule. Factor the numerator and denominator if possible. So, yung ating nasa itaas ang ating numerator at yung x squared minus 4 naman ang ating denominator. Next rule na gagawin po natin dyan ay ipa-factor natin ang numerator and denominator if possible. So, sa case na to, ang numerator and denominator ay pwede pong i-factor. So, anong factor po ng x squared minus x minus 6? Ang factor po niyan ay x plus 2 and x minus 3. If we will try to use the FOIL method na ginawa po natin kanina, dapat ang magiging product po niyan ay yung pula sa taas. And exactly kapag po yan ay ginawa nyo, yan po ang sagot niyan. So again, pag nagkukuha po tayo ng factors, dapat po ay ang result po niyan ay yung ating given, which is x squared minus x plus minus 6. Ano? Okay, then yung ating denominator, is it factorable or not? Okay, so that is correct. It is also factorable, and the factors of x squared minus 4 ay, okay, ito, yung x plus 2 and x minus 2. Now, after po ng factor natin ang numerator and denominator, so what we're going to do is we will try to cancel out yung magkaparehas. Pagka sinabi natin as in magkatulad na magkatulad. Okay, so sa case na to, ang ating magkatulad ay ang x plus 2 at saka yung x plus 2 sa numerator and denominator, yun lang po ang ating, okay, ika-cancel. So again, cancel the common factor, and the common factor are, okay, we have x plus 2, x plus 2. So, meron pa ba? Okay, remember, pagka tayo nagka-cancel, kung nag-cancel ka po ng binomial, dapat binomial. Kung monomial, monomial. So, sa case na to, di ba, we have x minus 3 and x minus 2. Baka sabihin nyo, sir, parehas naman pong x to. Hindi po. Dapat po ay, kung binomial ang ika-cancel, dapat both binomial. Hindi pwede pong dito ay x, ka-cancel mo ang x. Hindi po. So, ibig sabihin, class, ang remaining factors na natira is x minus 3 and x minus 2. At yan po yung ating magiging final answer. Ano? So, ganyan lang po kapag ka po tayo ay nakay division of polynomials. Okay, naintindihan po ba? Okay, salamat. Based on the description here, operations on functions are similar to operations on numbers. Adding, subtracting, and multiplying two or more functions together will result in another functions. Dividing two functions together will also result in another function if the denominator or divisor is not the zero functions. So that is the condition under dividing, kasi kapag naka-fraction po kasi ang ating tinatawag na divisor ay dapat not equal to 0, no? Okay. Operations on functions. Functions with overlapping domains can be added, subtracted, multiplied, and divided. Okay, so in this case, if f of x and g of x are two functions, then for all x in the domain of both functions, the sum, the difference, product, and quotients are defined as follows. Okay, so we have here the definition. Let f and g be functions. So in terms of addition, their sum is denoted by f plus g is the function denoted by, okay, the quantity of f plus g of x is equal to the f of x plus g of x. So let me remind you, this will be the notation that we will be used in dealing with addition. Now, how about in subtraction? Their difference is denoted by f minus g, the function denoted by quantity f minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x. Now, try to observe. Halos parehas lang din po, ano? When it comes to addition and, okay, subtraction, only the difference is only the sign. Kaya hindi po siya ganun ka hirap i-memorize. Okay, next. How about number 3? Their product denoted by F times G. At this time, okay, isang solid circle ang gagamitin natin o yung tinatawag na raised dot, ha? Okay, so F times G is the function denoted by, okay, quantity F times G of X is equal to F of X times G of X. So, bakit ko po ine-emphasize na ito ay raised dot? Kasi po, pagdating natin sa composition of functions, ito naman ay open circle naman ang gagamitin doon mamaya, ano? And, lastly, their quotient denoted by F over G is the function denoted by, okay, quantity F over G of X is equal to the F of X divided by G of X, excluding the values of X where G of X is not equal to 0. Ito na nga yung binanggit ko sa inyo kanina, dapat divisor natin is not equal to 0. Again, class, so these are the different operations and functions that we will be used in our next example. So, hopefully, matandaan nyo po siya. So, I think you are already familiar when it comes dun sa operations and master na po natin kung kailan tayo mag-add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So, let us begin with the first examples. By the way, given the function, we have f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 8 and g of x is equal to x minus 3. What we're going to do, determine the following functions. So, ito po yung sasagutan natin. Ano? So, the first one, quantity f plus g of x. Number 2, quantity of f minus g of x. Number 3, quantity of f times g of x. And number 4, we have quantity f over g of x. Number 5, we have quantity f plus g of 4. Number 6, we have quantity f minus g of 4. Number 7, quantity of f times g of 4. And lastly, we have quantity of f divided by g of 4. Okay, so try to observe. In the first 4 example, we have here x lamang. So, ibig sabihin, sa x na yan, ang ipapalit mo ay yung mismong function. But in number 5 to 8, so we have an specific value. So, ibig sabihin, class, okay, yung 4, yan yung i-replace natin dun sa magiging x natin, ano, or yung x variable. Okay, so sana naintindihan nyo. Example number 1, the given functions are, okay, so we have f of x is equal to 2x plus 8 and g of x is equal to x minus 3. So, addition ang pinag-uusapan po natin, di ba? Sana familiar na kayo dun sa ating notation na ginagamit kapag addition, and this is the notation used for addition. We have the quantity f plus g of x is equal to what? Okay, using distributive property, this will become, okay, f of x plus g of x. Now, the next step is we will replace f of x by g of x by the given values. Okay, so ano po ang gagawin natin? I-replace po natin ang value ng f of x na naandito sa ating given at saka g of x. So again, this will become the quantity f plus g of x is equal to, okay, the first one, what is the value of f of x? Di ba ito po, kukuhanin lang po or isusulat mo lang yan. So we have 2x squared plus 8, copied the plus sign. Then, what is the value of g of x? And that is what? Okay, so we have x minus 3. Next, after this, what we're going to do, we need to combine like terms. So what are the like terms in our example? And we have, okay, alin ang like terms natin? Okay, kung napansin nyo, yung green lang ang may like terms natin, yung tinatawag nating constant terms. So therefore, we need to combine positive 8 minus 3. So what will be the final answer? Yes, exactly. So we have 2x squared plus x. Kasi ito yung mga walang ka-similar term, kaya kinopya lang natin. Ano? Yung positive 8 minus 3, ang like sign yan. So use the sign of the larger number, so positive, then isubtract mo yung dalawang yan. So the answer is 5. Okay, and now this is the answer for addition of functions. Okay. So, again, ang domain po niyan is all real numbers. Next, how about number 2? So, again, example number 2, we'll use the same given. So, ang f of x natin, still, we have 2x squared plus 8 and g of x is x minus 3. Now, okay, for subtraction, we will use the notation, the quantity f minus g of x is equal to, if we will use the distributive property, okay, so we have f of x minus g of x. Same with addition. Okay, so we will replace the value of f of x as well as the g of x. So therefore, we have quantity f minus g of x is equal to, so let us write the value of f of x. So we have 2x squared plus 8, copy the minus sign, then we have x minus 3. So, same with our previous example, nilagyan ko lang po siya ng parenthesis para alam mo na yung subtrahend ay papalitan natin ng sign. Kaya nga po nakalagay dito ay distribute the negative sign. At ibig sabihin, ito itatimes natin dito isa-isa. So, what will be the answer? So, ang unang gagawin ay copy the 2x squared plus 8. Then, negative times positive x, the answer is negative x. And negative times negative 3 is, this will become positive. Okay, so the last step is we need to combine like terms. Ilan ang like terms natin dyan? So, sa case na yan, constant term lang. Ano, yung positive 8 and the other one ay yung positive 3. So, what will be the final answer? So, since walang katulad ang 2x squared at saka ang negative x, sila yung muna natin isusulat. Ano? So, we have 2x squared minus x and we have 8 plus 3. So, the answer is 11. And this is now the answer for, okay, example number 2, which is subtraction of function. By the way, class, the domain in this example is also all real numbers. Ano? Okay, next, let us proceed to example number 3. So, using the same given functions for f of x and g of x ay same ang value nila. No? Okay, so again, the notation used for the multiplication of function is this. So, quantity f times g of x is equal to f of x times g of x. Pwede na po nating hindi ilagay yung raised dot or itong ating multiplication symbol. Kasi, ibig sabihin na kapag naka-parenthesis na po ito, ay multiplication po ang operation natin. So, again, anong method ang gagamitin? Of course, gagamit pa rin tayong tinatawag na FOIL method. Okay, to begin with, so what is the first term? We have, okay, so 2x times x. So, what is the first term? So, we have 2x squared times x. So, the answer is what? Okay, so 2x cubed. How about the outer term? Nasaan? Ayan, yung kulay blue naman. So, we have 2x squared minus 3. So, the answer is what? We have negative 6x squared. Next, how about the inner term? Okay, yung nag-pink ang ating inner term. And positive 8 times x, the answer is, okay, positive 8x. And last, yung last term na tinatawag, yun yung nag-green. So, positive 8 times negative 3. So, the answer is negative 24. So, sa case na to, meron po ba tayong similar terms? Okay, kasi ang exponent ng isa ay 3, yung isa ay 2, yung isa ay 1, yung isa ay 0. So, meron ba? Yes, exactly. So, wala, no? So, wala po tayong similar terms. So, ibig sabihin, class, this will be our final answer. So, ito na pong 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 8x minus 24 is our final answer. Okay, how about in example number 4? For example number 4, so since we have the same given, so ang gagawin lang natin is just only the operation. So again, ito po yung ating notation natin. So f of x over g of x. Now, what is the value of f of x? So we have 2x squared plus 8, while our g of x is x minus 3. So after nyan, factor the numerator and denominator. So sa case na to, ang ating numerator is not factorable as well as our denominator. Again, kung hindi na po siya pwedeng i-factor, ibig sabihin yan, pwedeng yan na po ang final answer. Na kung gusto mo naman na kumuha ng common monomial factor, so ito po ang lalabas dyan. Kagaya nito, yung common monomial factor nito ay 2. So, tinanggal natin, ang natira na lang kapag tinanggal natin ng 2 is x squared plus 4. Okay, so sa case na to, still wala pa rin po tayong pwedeng i-factor or i-cancel out. So, ibig sabihin, this is already the answer. Alin man sa dalawa, pwede nyo po yung maging sagot in terms of, okay, division. Any question? Remember, so, di ba sabi natin, g of x must not be equal to 0, except, so sa case na yan, all real numbers tayo, except, okay, positive 3. Why? Kapag sinubstitute po natin ang 3 sa ating denominator, this will become equal to 0. Kaya ang ating domain dyan is all real numbers except positive 3. Okay? Now, let us proceed to example number 5. So, again, same procedure lang po tayo at same example. Okay, so sa case na to, we have here the, okay, quantity f plus g of 4 is equal to f of 4 plus g of 4. So, ano po ang unang gagawin? Ang gagawin po natin is solve for f of 4 and g of 4 separately. So, what does it mean? So, sa case na to, ang una natin gagawin using f of x equals 2x squared plus 8. Isosolve natin na kung saan the value of x is equal to 4. Kagaya po na nakikita nyo dito sa screen. Okay, so again, replace x by 4. Ilan ang x natin sa example? Dalawa. Kaya magiging f of 4 is equal to 2 quantity 4 raised to the second power plus 8. So, anong una natin i-simplify? Of course, yung ating exponent. We have now f of 4 is equal to 2 times, okay, what is 4 times 4? 16 plus 8. And multiply 2 times 16 and the answer is 32 plus 8. Okay, then we have f of 4 is equal to 40. So this is the answer in finding the answer for number 5. After solving f of x, ngayon namang isosolve po natin ay ang g of x. At this time, so the given g of x natin is x minus 3. Same with the first example, we will use x is equal to 4. This will become g of 4 is equal to 4 minus 3. And 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. So therefore, we have g of 4 is equal to 1. And lastly, therefore, f of 4 plus g of 4 is equal to, what is the value of f of 4? We have 40. And g of 1 is 1. So 40 plus 1, the answer is 41. Okay. This is now the final answer. So the final answer for number 1 is 41. Now, let us go back dun sa previous nating example na 1 to 4 kanina. So using number 1, di ba ito yung kanina? Now, we have an alternative method for us to find the answer, which is 41. Ano yung gagawin? Ang gagawin lang po natin, so get the final answer. And di ba ang final answer natin is 2x squared plus x plus 5. Ang gagawin mo, substitute the value of x, which is 4. So magiging 2 quantity 4 squared plus 4 plus 5. So what is 4 times 4? So we have 2 times 16 plus 4 plus 5. And 2 times 16 is 32. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, so we have 32 plus 9. It is also equal to 41. And that is also the same with the answer in our previous example. Okay, so ganun lang po, no? Bahala kayong pumili kung alin ang gusto nyo. So, the first one, pwede nyo i-evaluate one by function. Kagaya po nito, yung red, kung napansin nyo, isinolve natin. So, 40 ang lumabas. Yung kulay blue naman, okay, ano lumabas? 1. So, now, once na yan ay ating pinag-add, so the sum is 41. Now, kung gagamit naman ikaw nung ginawa natin kanina, ang gagawin mo, i-add mo muna ang dalawang function na ito. Then, after getting the answer, tsaka ka magsa-substitute. Pwede din po yan. At yan din po ang lalabas. Okay? Now, let us proceed to example number 6. So, di ba sabi nga natin, so since we have the same example, therefore, once we solve for the f of 4 and g of 4, okay, halos parehas lang po ang sagot. Saan lang sila magkakaiba? Dito sa final answer natin. Anong gagamitin lang natin? Yung subtraction. And we have here 40 minus 1. Okay, so the answer is 39. Okay, halimbawa naman, ang ginawa mo ay yung kanina, yung example number 2, di ba? Ito yun. Yan. So, inad natin yung dalawang, yung ginawa mo sa number 2 kanina, sinubtract natin yung dalawang function and we arrive at the answer 2x squared minus x plus 11. So, pwede naman yan. Ang gagawin lang natin, dyan mismo natin isa-substitute ang 4. So, yun, di ba? So, we have 2 quantity 4 squared minus 4 plus 11. So, what is 4 times 4 is 16. So, 2 times 16 minus 4 plus 11, and we have 32 minus 4 plus 11, and we have 28 plus 11. The answer is also 39, and that is the same with our previous example. Okay, nakuha po ba ang example number 6? So proceed tayo sa example number 7. Number 7 is also the same with our previous example. So, same pa rin ang given. Therefore, kapag kinuha natin ang f of x, so it is also equal to, okay, 40. Now, kapag kukuhanin naman natin ang g of x, it is also equal to, okay, 1. Only the difference is that, okay, ang mangyayari lang, ito, i-multiply lang natin. Therefore, ang f of 4 times g of 4 natin is equal to 40 times 1 is also equal to 40. Now, to check if the answer is correct in our previous example number 3, ito po yun. Ano? Yan, sa multiplication. Ano yung sagot natin? Gumamit tayo dito ng FOIL method and we arrive at the answer 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 8x minus 24. Kapag yan ang ginamit natin at magsasubstitute tayo ng 4, this will become, ayan, 2 quantity 4 cubed minus 6 quantity 4 squared plus 8 quantity 4 minus 24. Then if we will try to simplify, this will become 2 quantity 64 or 2 times 64 minus 6 times 16 plus 32 minus 24. So yung 8 times 4 is 32. Next, we have 2 times 64 is 128. Negative 6 times 16 is negative 96 plus 32 minus 24. Okay, again, PEMDAS tayo. So, unahin na muna natin itong subtraction. So, 128 minus 96, the answer is 32 plus 32, then kopya muna yung nasa dalawang dulo. So, positive 32 or plus 32 minus 32. Then, addition muna uli ang unahin. So, 32 plus 32 is, we have 64 minus 24. And the last operation is subtraction. And that is, what? Is equal to 40 also. And this 40 is also equal to the 40 in our example. Okay? So, ganyan lang po, no? Kapag nakakita tayo ng value, instead of using x, may mga given value. So, isa-separate mo ng pag-substitute or pag-evaluate, na? Okay, so let us proceed to example number 8. Example number 8, so since tayo ay nasa division, ang gagawin lang po dyan, yung final answer, di ba ito nga, parehas nga po kasi yan, ano, dahil 4 lang ang ginamit natin, so still, 40 pa rin ang given dun sa ating f of x, dun sa g of x is still 1. Okay, now, balik tayo dito sa example natin. Therefore, f of 4 divided by g of 4 is equal to, the value of f of 4 is 40 and the value of g of 4 is 1. So, 40 divided by 1 is 40. Now, let us go back in our previous example in dealing with division. Diba, ang naging sagot natin ay ito. We have 2x squared plus 8 over x minus 3. We have 2x squared plus 8 over x minus 3. Now, kung tayo ay magsasubstitute dito ng value ng 4, so what happened? Ito po ang mangyayari. So, we have 2 quantity 4 squared plus 8 over 4 minus, okay, 3. So, what is 4 times 4? So, we have 2 times 4. What is 4 times 4? So, 16, di ba? Kaya magiging 2 times 16 plus 8 over 4 minus 3. And we have 32 plus 8 and 4 minus 3 is 1. And 32 plus 8 is equal to 40 over 1 and that is also 40. So 40 pa rin ang lumalabas. So ganyan lang po ang gagawin lang natin kapag naka-encounter tayo ng may value ang x. Ano po? Okay, so sana po ay naintindihan ang ating example number 8. Okay, to check kung talaga pong naintindihan po ninyo ang ating exercises, so meron po akong hinanda po ditong sasagutan ninyo. So ang gawin po ninyo, for our exercises, given the function, we have h of x is equal to 2x squared plus 3, while our j of x is equal to 4x cubed plus 1. Ang gagawin po natin is determine the following functions. Number 1, ito po, addition. Number 2 is subtraction. Number 3 is multiplication. And number 4 is division. Ang gawin po ninyo, okay, stop nyo muna ang video ito and try to solve. Okay, tingnan nyo kung tama ang magiging sagot. Okay? Doon sa mga nag-solve, ito po ang magiging sagot dapat sa number 1. Kapag po inad natin ang dalawang function na ito, so we have 2x squared plus 3 plus 4x cubed plus 1. So the sum is equal to, okay, 4x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4. So sana ay tumama po kayo. So ibig sabihin, naintindihan nyo po ang lesson natin. How about example number 2? So since we have also the same given, ang pagkakaiba lang po nila ay yung sa ating subtraction ay pinapalitan ang sign ng subtrahend. So therefore, this will become, okay, 2x squared plus 3 minus 4x cubed minus 1. And to get the final answer, ang common terms lang dyan ay positive 3 at saka negative 1. So we have, okay, negative 4x cubed plus 2x squared and this is positive 2. So, yan ang sagot sa number 2 kung kayo ay, okay, nagsagot. Next, how about number 3? When it comes to product, okay, gagamit din tayo dyan ng FOIL method. At kapag ginamitan natin ang FOIL method, at ito dapat ang sagot na lalabas. Now, ang ano dyan ay hindi yan naka-arrange in, okay, descending powers, dapat daw ay i-arrange in descending powers. Therefore, ang final answer natin dyan ay 8x to the 5th power plus 12x cubed kasi mas mataas ang cube kaysa sa squared plus 2x squared plus 3 and this will be our final answer for the product. Okay, how about in division? Tingnan natin kung ito po ang naging sagot ninyo. Pag division, so i-divide natin ang 2x squared plus 3 over 4x cubed plus 1. So sa case na to, nothing more you could do here. So therefore, this is already the answer for number 4. Okay, so sana po ay may tumama at kung perfect kayo, congratulations. Again, thanks for watching. Sana po ay nag-enjoy po kayo habang nanonood ng aking video. Okay, so see you in the next video.